Dr. D, Dr. D, Dr. D. Dr. D, Dr. D, Dr. D. Dr. D, Dr. D, Dr. D. Explain stuff.
Hey everyone, welcome to the course. Welcome to Biology 2420 this semester with me, Dr. D. I just wanted to give you a quick overview, quick orientation for the course. Let's go ahead and get started. You can see here I have pulled up your eCampus shell. And under eCampus, you're going to find all the things you need this semester for the course. We're not going to be meeting in person. Everything you're going to be doing is through eCampus. So let's take a look. Let's click on this tab here, the syllabus tab. Let's go ahead and look at the syllabus. The syllabus is like your instruction manual for the course. Again, I'm Dr. Sean Danish. I go by Dr. D. My email address, this is how you would reach me most of the time, is sdanish@dccd.edu. We have a course YouTube channel. Let me show you that real quick. Very proud of this. This is our course YouTube channel, Dr. D Explains Stuff, where you can find all kinds of videos, all kinds of information that should help you out with the course. Let me show you. You guys are not in 1406, so you would skip down to these. Look at this playlist here. This is called the Full Chapter Lectures playlist for Biology 2420. This means that all of your lectures are going to be found right here. Okay, we've got, I'm going to move chapter 1 to the front here, but chapter 1, I just filmed that. I'll be working on the next chapter soon. And as each week goes on, I'll be uploading chapters. You can see that chapters 9 and 10 are here, 11, 19, 20, 12, 13, 14, 13, 24, 25. So all of your lecture material is going to be right here, full-length lectures ready for you to study. If you want to know more about who I am, this video here is great. Who is Dr. D? I introduce myself in a little bit more detail. If we go down here, you can find individual concepts explained. Exam reviews, this is a big deal for you guys, right? The exam reviews are here. Make sure you don't click on 1406 exam reviews. You guys are 2420. So let me show you. Let's move over here. Here you go. If you want to start studying for the exam, Biology 2420 Exam 1 Review. There you go. There's your exam review right there. If you want to know how to study best and how to do well, I've got a video here on how to study in college. I highly recommend that. I even have some footage of myself at the end of this video of how I used to study. I actually have footage of me in college studying, believe it or not, if you want to watch that. I also have some good videos here on how to use instruments in the lab. Aseptic technique, you may want to watch that for lab 1. This week we have lab 1, and aseptic technique is a big part of that, so you may want to watch that. All right, and then I have fun stuff like hobby videos and things. I work on my car. I have all kinds of hobbies that I share on this website as well, and miscellaneous videos as well. So I would check it out. I would probably subscribe. That helps me out, subscribing, and also helps you out because you'll see all the new videos that I post. Okay, so that's the YouTube channel. I also have links to those YouTube videos here. See under the lecture handout videos, see here's chapter 1. This is our first chapter lecture. You could watch it right here on eCampus. And I also have handouts for you, right? These are PowerPoint handouts for chapter 1. So you could click on that. It'll download. Sometimes it takes a little while to download. You click that, and what pops up? It's on my other screen here. There's chapter 1, right? So there you go, chapter 1, handouts. I would focus on these handouts for the lecture exams. These handouts are the bulk of the material for the exams. I would say all the material for the exams. And as long as you're studying the lecture handouts and watching the accompanying video that covers the handouts, you'll be great for the exams, right? And the exams will be posted right here on eCampus. There's actually going to be a tab on the left, and it's going to say exams, right? And you'll click on that, and that will be where you need to access for your exams. Exams will be right here on eCampus. And the exams cover the lecture handouts I told you about with those accompanying lecture handout videos. And like I said, I already have the reviews for the exams posted on the YouTube channel as well for you. What else? We were covering the syllabus, correct? Let's go back to the syllabus because we were covering the syllabus. Again, we have the YouTube channel. I have office hours, but the office hours are held by email. So what you need to do for that is you need to email me. If you want a quick response, email me at 9 a.m., between 9 a.m. and 10 a.m. every day, weekday, I should say, and I will respond to that email as soon as I can. That's office hours, between 9 and 10 a.m. every weekday. We're not going to be on campus, so my campus phone and my campus address probably won't help you this semester. Again, this is microbiology for non-science majors. That means biology 2420. Don't fear, don't worry if you're not in this section. I'm teaching 2 sections of 2420 this semester, this fall 2020 semester. You might be in my 81001 section, and I also have an 81501 section as well. So you might be in one, you might be in the other. I'm just using this one as an example. Okay, certification date is September 5th, 2020. What does that mean? That means you have to log on to eCampus before that date. Otherwise, you won't be certified, and that might affect your financial aid status. So make sure you're getting onto eCampus, you're participating, you're doing your assignments, okay? Next thing, the last day to withdraw, if you have to withdraw from the course, hopefully none of you have to withdraw. Hopefully no one has to withdraw, but if you have to, life happens. Remember, the last day to do so is November 12th, 2020. All right, so let's skip some of these things you could read over on your own. These are, institutional policies and whatnot. What I need to get down to is the graded work, right? What you care about is the graded work. So lecture exams, for example. What are the lectures exams? There's going to be 4 lecture exams. Each one's 100 points for a total of 400 points. Lecture homework. I'm going to post these lecture homework on eCampus. That's 4 of them for 25 points. So the homework is not a homework system, okay? You don't need to go to Connect or Mastering Micro or something like that online. The homework is just, I'm going to post some documents on eCampus. Let me show you actually. Take a look at this, lecture homework. You see this? You're going to click on the lecture homework tab, I should say, and there's going to be lecture homework here. I haven't posted any yet, but the lecture homework will be posted right here. Download the document, fill it out, answer the questions, and then email me with those documents, right? And that's it. That's all you have to do for homework. Same thing with lab quizzes. You see here, there's a lab quiz tab. I'll post the lab quizzes. You download, you answer, and you email back to me, okay? So the lab quizzes and the lecture homework, these are all documents that you fill out, you work on, you submit back to me by email, by the due date. The due dates will be here on eCampus. I'll post the due dates on eCampus. And, it's very straightforward. So, again, there is no code you need for my class. There's no, external link or code or anything like that you need, okay? What else? Let's continue on. A disease report. Later in the semester, you're going to be assigned a disease report, probably covering COVID. I may have you write a report on COVID-19 so that we can learn more about this pandemic disease-causing agent. Okay. We're going to have lab practicals. What's a lab practical? A lab practical is you can think of it as the lab exam. We're going to have 2 of them. The first lab practical covers the first half of the labs, and the second lab practical covers the second. The second lab practical is not cumulative, which means it does not include materials from the first lab practical. Okay, what else? You're also going to be assigned an unknown bacterium. So I'm going to give you a project later this semester where you get this unknown bacterium, and your job is to use the cues to identify the bacteria. Okay, so I'll show you more about that later. I'll give you a rubric about that later. And then there are discussion boards. This is important. Discussion boards, make sure you participate. There's a discussion board tab on the left. You see here, discussion board. And look what it is. Introduce yourself. Okay, introduce yourself. It looks like a bunch of you have already introduced yourself. 10 people have introduced yourself. So what you would do is click on here. You would start a thread, introduce yourself, and then respond to another student's thread as well. It's very important. If you don't introduce yourself and respond to another student, you can't get the full points for the discussion boards. And there's going to be 4 total discussion boards this semester. So make sure you participate in that. And anytime you want to know your grades, just click on My Grades and you can see your grades, okay? So you can always be up to speed with how you're doing in the class, all right? So again, let's just go through some of these fine details. Lecture exams. The lecture exams are covering the PowerPoint handouts. Remember, on the YouTube channel, I have videos that discuss this in detail and teach you those concepts. There are reviews as well, exam reviews on the YouTube channel. The lecture homework, remember that I will post the lecture homework. You download, answer, and email back to me by the due date on eCampus. Disease report, I'm going to give you a lot of information about that later. I think we're going to do a report on COVID-19 so you can learn more about COVID-19. Lab practical exams, I'll be posting a lab practical 1 review video for you. That should help you a lot with preparing for the first lab practical. I'll post a review video for you later this semester. Okay, and the lab practicals, they're also on eCampus. You'll take the lab practical exam on eCampus. Okay. I know this is a lot of information I'm throwing at you, but I'm trying to remember everything, and I want to make sure that you guys are prepared for the semester and I answer all of your questions. But sometimes I might leave something out or make something kind of fuzzy. Feel free to email me if you have any questions. If you're concerned about anything, this is a very strange semester because I'm at home, you're at home, we're all at home. It's very strange, right? None of us are used to this. I'm not used to teaching this class online at all because this is usually a face-to-face class for me. So I know it's confusing. I know, it's outside of our comfort zone to be on online classes. So that's why, I don't mind at all if you reach out to me at my email address, sdanish@dccd.edu, so that you can ask me questions and see, hey, what's the policy on this? How do quizzes work? Don't worry about it. Just email me, ask questions. I hope you have a good semester where you're learning and not stressed out. Okay, so that's the point. The unknown bacterium, again, I will tell you more about this later. Discussion board, make sure you're getting on there and participating in discussion boards. And guess what? I have an extra credit project for you guys, right? So on one opportunity, anytime you want this semester, you can do an art project, covering something we talked about. If we talked about the cell, like a prokaryotic cell and the parts of the cell, I don't know, you could draw the cell, you could label the parts, and then send me a picture of that assignment, send me a picture of that art project, and that's your art project for up to 10 points. Okay, attendance policy, I don't have a real attendance policy, but remember, as long as you get onto eCampus before September 5th so I can certify the class. If you don't log on to eCampus before September 5th, then you don't make the certification. And if you have financial aid and things like that, it could get dropped. So make sure you get on there. But I don't have a proper attendance policy. Okay. Late work is given 10% penalty. If you turn something in late, it's 10% off per school day, so don't turn things in late. If you miss an exam for a valid reason, such as hospitalization, I can arrange a makeup for you. And if you want to know what you're doing each week, this is our course schedule. Look, this is the first week of school, August 24th. What are we covering in lecture? Chapter 1. So you would come here to the eCampus shell. You would say lecture handout, Chapter 1. I want to cover this. I want to learn Chapter 1, right? Let's see. Here's Chapter 1. I'm going to learn this, and I'm going to watch the video too. Remember, the video is right here under lecture videos. This video covers that handout, right? So that's what I'm going to do for lecture. What am I doing in lab this week? For lab, I'm doing lab 1. This is called lab 1, transfer pure culture colony morphology. How do I find that? I go here to the eCampus shell. I click on labs, and here's lab 1. This is the lab for the whole week, right? This is the lab. So click on this. Here's your lab 1 for this week. This is lab 1 for this week. Let's take a look. And I'm going to read through this lab. read through the lab, read through the lab, read through the lab. Obviously, you can't do the lab because we're quarantined. We can't go into lab, but you're going to read. There's a video to watch. These are the results you would have seen if you had done the lab. And then there are some questions. You don't need to turn in these questions to me. Just make sure you know them and you can answer them so that you're prepared for the quizzes and for the lab practical. Again, don't turn these questions into me. Don't turn these into me, but do them so that you're ready for the quizzes, so that you're ready for the lab practicals, if that makes any sense. If not, again, email me any questions you have. So again, what do we do this week? Study chapter 1 handout with the video, right? And do lab 1. And answer the questions for yourself, right? You don't have to turn in the answer to the questions. Next week, what are we doing? Chapter 3. Do the lecture for chapter 3, which I will post soon, and do the second lab. The second lab covers microscopy, and answer the questions for yourself. And eventually, I'll post a quiz, and the quiz will cover this material. Does that make sense? Again, let me know if it doesn't make sense. And another thing, let me show you before I forget. Look here, I'm going to have a new tab. In fact, I'm going to make the tab now in front of your eyes. So look, there's going to be a new tab called Weekly Updates. Okay, look at this. You see this tab right here? Weekly Updates. Let me zoom into it. Weekly Updates. So click on that. So each week on Monday, I will have an update for you, like week 1 update. So in fact, I'm going to work on week 1 update right now. So by the time this video is posted, you'll see week 1 update. So this will be called week 1 update. And each week I will say what you need to do. So for this week, please complete the following. And I'll say 1. Read lecture 1, right? So each week I'm going to post an update on the weekly updates tab on Monday. Each week you can get on, you could be like, okay, what do I need to do this week? How am I successful this week? All right. So I think that about covers everything for the course. Please let me know if you have any questions. Again, I will try to get back to you as soon as possible. Hopefully you have a great semester. I just want to give you a warm welcome to the course. Again, I'm Dr. D, and I'm here for you. Let me know if you have any questions, and I'll catch you guys next time.
Dr. D, Dr. D, Dr. D. Dr. D, Dr. D, Dr. D. A Dr. D, Dr. D, Dr. D. Dr. D, Dr. D, Dr. D. A Dr. D, Dr. D, Dr. D. Dr. D, Dr. D, Dr. D. A Dr. D, Dr. D, Dr. D. Dr. D, Dr. D, Dr. D.